The League of the Genuine Conversations with me, your host, Fred Mwema. We are here to sensitize, to enlighten you about the concealed dangers of counterfeit. So every week we have a special guest where we discuss and deepen our understanding about the important but often ignored subject of counterfeits. We're taking a break from the big conversation we had about DNA testing. We hope you are able to pick a thing or two from there. We are now moving into something else. As you can see, we have what looks like a wine party. We have our very own Ugandan entrepreneur, industrialist, business woman. Join me in welcoming Prudence Kasivante. I won't pronounce your other name. It's a bit difficult. You're welcome to the show.
Fred, thank you so much. I start by thanking God who has enabled me to come here, who has enabled you to recognize me. I'm Mrs. Prudence Okunika, the CEO of K Roma, producers of organic wines, better wines, and better juices. The one I should say the best in the whole world. We are located in Chiramurawa, near Namugongo. People used to know us in Wandegea, but because after COVID, we are now in our own home. Beira has its own home.
You're quite an impressive person. You were telling me before the show began that your background is stenography.
Yes.
You studied stenography, you worked in the Ministry of Finance for more than 30 years.
Yes.
And I'm just wondering, to do business, must you go to class and study how to do business, or is this something inborn?
Fred, that is a very, very good question. People have made mistakes and lost a lot of money. Business, I've studied business, but business, when I recall my background and how I grew up, business is in blood. My father didn't go to school to become a very big entrepreneur, because he realized in our village people had no money, but we had a lot of matoke. They were making tonto. They would go and drink from one home to another, but they are poor. So where my mother comes from, there is no tonto. So he started like that, without money, without capital. He started now getting his own tonto, taking it to the other area where there is no tonto. Means of transport was a bicycle. There were these guards where he was putting, which is a very big risk, because carrying a guard on a bicycle is not a simple thing. Jerrycans were not yet there. But he started slowly like that, from his selling it to what? To other
districts. The local community and others.
The local community. They came to realize there is money. Instead of just drinking, we can take it to him, and he buys. But everyone now was brewing, bringing it to him, which was too much. Then he opened the bar, because everyone was selling. He said, no, they need a place for socializing. So he opened the bar. Still, it was too much. So he decided to add value.
So you are saying that the business flows in your family blood, that you didn't. So people out there who are listening to you should know that business is a calling. You may have the qualifications, but if it's not a calling, you may not be able to do the business. Can you tell us the story of Bella Wine? And this I ask because I know that a lot of businesses begin in Uganda, in Africa, but many of them do not live to celebrate 1 year or 5 years, and you've been at this since 2000. That is more than 20 years. What is the story in brief of Bella Wine, and how has it been?
It has never been easy. Doing business, a product which is not known. Because as you can see, our supermarkets, I know you were very young by then when I started, they were only imported wines. In the cabaret we had a gentleman called Batuma who was making wine, but he was making it at a small scale. But also from northern Uganda, there was a gentleman, a relative of my husband, who was also making it, which was introduced by an Italian. So when my brother-in-law, Honorable Maratubo, was celebrating the graduation for the two daughters, as the minister, he had imported wines. But that relative brought a local wine. My late son was one of the servers, and he realized that the people are enjoying the local wine more than imported wine, because wine is not our culture here. So you can, me, I even remember the day I drank beer in the village. We spotted it was tasting like cow urine, but now you know the taste. So also, people are not used to imported wines. So that's when he realized.
Or even wine. Do we have a wine culture?
No.
In Uganda?
It is just coming up now. But still, we don't know what a wine is supposed to be.
What is wine? What are the benefits of wine? What is wine? I'm seeing bottles here.
Wine is supposed to be taken, let me say, like after meal or before meal, we have table wine. But it is not like these drinks that you go out and just drink. It is good for relaxing. That's why we connect it with love. But some people mistake it to drink it like other. When it doesn't find that tough, high percentage of alcohol, it may not like it. Because for alcohol here, we are used to our alcohol, which knocks you.
The kill me quick thing.
But this is about health.
So wine is a healthy drink?
It is a healthy drink. You are not supposed to take too much of it. You are supposed to relax, to take it when you are relaxing. After meal, like now, you find people are seated in the offices. He goes and takes lunch, comes back and sits. He sits in his car, goes back home. It's very dangerous. But if you have a bottle in your office, it may look funny, but every officer who do a wrong sitting in the office should have a bottle of wine. So it can help in digestion.
So wine is a healthy, good thing, but it is part of the alcohol industry. Are you part of the Alcohol Association?
Yes, I'm a member.
And alcohol is one of the things that is promoting deviant behavior, that is promoting issues, motor accidents, and so on. Do you in any sense feel that you are selling a dangerous product?
No. We don't take trouble to do research. You hear alcohol, just take it as alcohol. That's why even I joined the Alcohol Association. Because even when we are taxed, they tax us like the way they are supposed to tax alcohol. You know, alcohol, it has high taxes so that you discourage people from taking too much. Because when it doesn't have high taxes, you say it's cheaper, even students will start taking it. But wine is different. Wine is natural from our fruits. The whole world knows that wine comes from grapes, but I challenged it and made my research and found out that other fruits also can make wine. But still, this wine, even if a student takes it, it doesn't affect.
Your wine is made from hibiscus, calces,
yes,
water, sugar, and yeast.
Yes.
But we know that wine comes from grapes.
That is the mentality.
Hibiscus. What is hibiscus?
Hibiscus is this one here. You may just you take it to your home, you put in hot water and drink. It does the same thing.
Hibiscus is a plant.
It is like it is a plant. It was not even very common. It was in 2004 when a Muzungu approached me and said, "Can you make something out of this?" But I had also read in a New Vision that wine from Marakwang. Since I'm married in northern Uganda where there is Marakwang, I did my research and it said it was another plant. Now this Mzungu brought the hibiscus to me because he came with the seeds, went to eastern Uganda, made his research and said it can grow in eastern Uganda. So he got farmers and grew it, but he didn't have market. So because I was making wine from passion fruits, from pineapples, he brought it to me and we made our research. And because I had also read it in the paper, we started now making it.
So hibiscus, you only make my wine from hibiscus or from other?
I started with passion fruits, then pineapple, I have wine from passion fruits. I have wine from pineapple. I have wine from mangoes. I have wine from tree tomato. I have wine from
This is from which?
pineapple. This is a fortified wine. Fortified wine means it is a wine which has come from another wine. We make wine from mangoes. Then from that wine we again make this.
So it's a mixture of mango and what? And pineapple?
No, mangoes alone.
No, but when you say fortified, what is
Okay,
the best?
let me say like when my father was brewing waraji, was the first one. When I told you that now Tonto was too much, so he decided he got a license to brew waraji out of it. So you can get 4 jerrycans of waraji and you get out 1. So this is a fortified wine. It has even a higher alcohol. It is supposed to be called port wine. In fact, the bottle goes between 150 and 200. But
Port
here,
wine means what?
it's from Portugal. It is Portugal which named it. It's like a champagne. Champagne is from France. Even if I make a champagne from here,
You call it champagne.
I know I can't call it champagne. I have to get another word. Because that is there
It's a geographical indication
for France.
for that.
This one is for Portugal. But I make the same port wine, a fortified wine. But I can't call it port wine.
So how many brands do you have?
I have
of this wine?
8. But in among the 8, there is sweet, natural sweet. I can make wine from, let me say, from tree tomato, from grapes. I have natural sweet. I have dry, from grapes. From tree tomato also have dry and sweet. You can make it one fruit. You can make dry and sweet. But I started with passion fruits, then went to pineapple, went to mangoes, went to.
And all these things, you grow them yourself or you
No.
have farmers?
That's why I was saying if this government or everyone would make research and say, well, this one, how has she come up with this? What is she adding to the economy? Because me, I'm not selfish.
Aren't you given incentives by government?
I've never got
Tax breaks or tax waivers?
nothing. I qualify to have, but nothing. And that pains me. Because they have really tried to discourage me by levying a lot of taxes on this, which I cannot get 500 profit, and then you want me to pay 6,000. Because they are trying to, they levy a lot of taxes on alcohol. They know very well we don't get profit. But if they knew that this wine from hibiscus is good for health, it is improving people's health, they can tax.
But at a minimum.
That 5, because for 15 years I was paying tax very well. I was one of their they were proud of me. I was one of their good clients. But until they levied a lot of taxes, I could not manage. I cannot be getting 500 and you want me to pay you, to give you 6,000. But if I'm getting 500, then we share. It's okay.
Prudence, we have to take a break. When we return, we are going to talk about how you ensure quality of your wine, the ingredients, and how you are protecting your consumers against counterfeiting. We're back with the second segment, episode of this conversation here with an interesting entrepreneur, Prudence. Prudence means you are prudent.
Yes.
So if you are prudent, it means that nobody can touch your products, nobody can try to fake it. Your consumers are guaranteed that they will get the genuine product. Is that the case with Bella Wine?
This product is me. It starts with me. To be prudent.
Yes.
That's why you can produce a genuine wine.
Yes.
So, a name matters a lot. I thank my parents who named me that name. And the second name is Businje. That means peace. My maiden name. So a name matters a lot. Even Bera, when I started this business, the name Bera, it has a meaning that belief leads to lasting achievement.
Belief
leads to lasting achievement. When I started this business, I knew
nice.
it is going to achieve, and the achievement is going to be forever. So whatever I'm doing, I'm working towards it. And how do I achieve that? Everything you do, you have to do it with God. People overlook that. There is no powerful person. But once you are doing everything with God, you know you are on the right track. You can plan, you can make your objectives, your missions, your goals, but without God, you can't go very far. Because with God, the way I was saying, you cannot call this one grape wine, you cannot call it passion fruit wine, yet inside you know you have put chemicals.
But there are counterfeit, there's counterfeiting of every product in the country. So some counterfeiters also, they use the word Bella.
Yes.
They use the same word, and they also believe in everlasting.
They don't know what they are doing.
They can also believe in everlasting business.
They can't go far.
Product. Are you facing a counterfeit problem?
I faced it for a long time. Even right now, they told me that somebody started Daylight Better wine. But I said that is waste. I can't go and fight that one. God who gave me this business will fight. If he's doing a genuine...
No, but you have to protect. When God gives you something,
yes,
you have got to fight.
That's why
it.
I have tried my level best. This is an expense of adding here better on the cover.
That is, what is this?
This is better wine. It is not a simple thing putting this. Going as far as paying taxes, you see this digital stamp. I appreciate the government so much for that, because counterfeit products were pushing us out of the market. People took it for granted that there is a lot of money in wine, not knowing that it is the effort we have put in order to be what it is. So everyone who started the business of wine, not minding about people's health.
The security features, how are you protecting this product from counterfeiting?
So I'm coming to that. I'm appreciating the government. There are things they do which are getting us out of the market, but there are some things where at least also we have to appreciate. Because when they introduced this, it was like an extra expense which you can't put on a customer. This one means, this digital stamp, this means that this is a quality wine. UNBS is okay with you. It means KCCA is okay with you. You are paying a license. License can't be given to anyone. They have to come and check premises. These premises...
At what point is that stamp put? Can't somebody just go and put it from...
Where do you get it from?
How is this put on your wine? From
where? From my factory.
As soon as you manufacture, each bottle goes off the line? You
put this. Cannot come out of the... Cannot come out of the factory without it. Immediately, it comes out and the URA, UNBS gets you 50 million. You have to get it to pay 50 million.
So you're saying you put a seal on top?
Yeah, before this one was introduced, I also branded better. Once you remove this, you put another one which is not branded, they will know that this is not better. But I had to go to China to do this. So it was on our own expense, and that's why I feel so bad that now I increase expenses because of counterfeit, and it is only affecting my business. Because I cannot say I'm protecting my product, so the expense I have to put it on a customer. No.
So the seal, you go to China, you give us a very nice way to identify the seal.
Yes.
What about the bottle on the belly here?
This label.
That label. Can't somebody make it from Nasa Road here?
Thank you so much for that question. But this one was also making it from abroad. I used to make from Nasa Road, but Nasa Road, there are so many things that happen there. So I had to go and make this.
So this one is not sticker.
Yes, but now it is no longer necessary, because once you have this digital stamp, I don't need to go to China again to make this, because this one cannot be forged. I know there are people who are selling it, but for how long?
You'll be caught.
Eventually, and it is 50 million. If they find, so it is the owner of the business, the owner of the supermarket who should protect himself
So how do those people who you say that they are trying to fake your wine,
Yes.
how do they do it? They also put on the stamp here.
You know, anything can be done, made here. They have tried to make these stamps, but I told you, this is UNBS, KCCA, and URA. You cannot go to URA and pay taxes when you are not having a quality wine. It can't be allowed in the market. You can't get this. Even if you get your license to produce wine without UNBS, you can't get this. So these are
somebody
three.
might say that even on this very sticker here,
Yes.
you have government UNBS
Yeah, it is
stamp
here. Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
And so they might say that, look, when government put the UNBS stamp, eventually it didn't work effectively, and now they are putting the stamp.
Yes, also to our own expense.
So do you have belief and hope,
yes,
that this one now will last the test of time? It will not be like the UNBS
no.
stamp, which eventually, because the UNBS stamp is not superimposed on the bottle, it is printed as part of the packaging.
Yes, but before,
so meaning anybody who can do a packaging, and this UNBS stamp means nothing.
Yes, but before UNBS was working alone, but now it is with the KCC and the URA. You would get this issue mark, but you don't pay taxes. So you can forge this, you can, but now with this stamp, it's not easy to forge.
So what I hear you saying is that the stamp now is the crown.
Is the crown, and three. You can't joke with three organs. You can't fool UNBS, you fool KCC, you fool URA. They are working hand in hand.
Fool Prudence also. Who
is prudent and put in the market. And
one of the things which promote counterfeiting,
yes,
of bottled products is that after I drink the wine, I go with the bottle.
Yes.
So I can wash it and put another wine here and try to seal and say this is better.
But
you
now
saw it on the show. What is your policy of disposal of these bottles? Do you collect them back from the customer?
But now when you take the bottle, you remove, you have opened. You can't put this one back. Even if you put your stuff, you can't put this one back. Immediately you take it to the market, you go to the shop.
But this seal, there is technology now. I saw that in your company.
Yes.
You have a son,
yes,
or a daughter who studied food technology.
Yes.
We know that technology is helping us to produce beautiful products like this, but it's also helping the counterfeiter. So somebody can get a seal like this and forge all this and go and sell far away from Kampala and say this is Bella wine.
But they have
with the same bottle.
You can't do much because this URA moves around. They have gadgets like a phone. They go around shops checking. When you put it, it brings better. When they put on this one, it brings better. When they put on this 4 cousins, it can show this is 4 cousins. So it is a very big risk.
Is this stamp and all this information here, is it readable? Can I put I put my phone?
If the app is put there, you can
read.
Yes.
So you're telling your customers to check whether this is genuine.
Yes.
What do? They send a number to who?
Like now, URA is moving everywhere.
No, checking. I'm saying your customer.
So my customer, the consumer or the one in the supermarket.
The consumer. I'm at a supermarket. I buy this wine, and I want to check. I've seen you on the show. I want to zoom in a number. Is there something?
A good thing. Wine is not sold anywhere. It is sold in these shops, organized shops. So that these organized supermarkets can't just buy anything. They're also now very careful. They know the suppliers of beer. If somebody comes with, and they have never seen him, he's not even branded beer, he has not come with a branded car, they will be suspicious. So immediately you bring, they will have to check. Or they will reject you.
Okay, so you're
because
saying,
like wine, It's not like this, now how do I call it, that like the way you see people selling maize or what. So somebody cannot just go and pack
It's
your
a high-end
things.
product.
Yeah, and you enter supermarket. So by the way, they are very. I don't know whether you have entered some supermarkets and you say, is it one-way vision?
Okay, so I buy my wine, the bottle is mine.
No, but let me tell you this point. These people in the supermarkets are also very clever. I saw it with the Indians. Indian, before you enter his shop, he sees how you have come. You don't see him. This one-way vision, it thinks which are in the window. You will see pictures, but he's seeing you. How has he come with this wine? Is it on a border? Is it on what? But you cannot park there a branded car. Though I didn't start with a branded car, that's why I had it rough. I didn't have any car. I used to hold them in my hands. I get a border, I go by taxi. I had it rough. How do I know this is a genuine product? Until one day, I just went to the bond and they signed some agreements and they gave me a car. And then now the market increased a bit.
Okay, so what measures do you take, because your consumers want to be assured
Yes.
that this brand cares about us, it's not just about money? What measures do you take to ensure that your product is not faked?
By the time I go I call UNBS. UNBS, by the way, it is not just you go and introduce and they put on. No, it is a process. They have auditors. It is like you say, how do you? Somebody has come to your school to teach. How do you know this is a teacher? You can come with fake papers from NASA Road, but if you go to your neighbor, they can be able to check.
Supposing you get somebody faking your wine, do you just forgive him and say God will punish you, or are you prosecuting some cases? Are you arresting some people?
Yes, the rules are there. The rules are there, but even just going to URL, to UNBS, they can punish that person. Not me myself, but I thank God I have not been involved. You know me, I keep on telling you, God helps a lot. That's why every morning I have to go to church. This word me I can't handle alone. You can't know these kind of people. Do you know people look all right? Even murderers, they look like us. And now, I started this business in my kitchen. I started employing myself, my children, and people. But now it has gone worldwide. I can't divide myself.
How big is your business now? From the kitchen to what now?
From my kitchen to the garage, to the rented place, and to my factory. Selling it to my family members, to my workmates in finance, to Kampala people, to Ugandans, to East Africa. I started going abroad. You saw me with the President Ramaphosa in South Africa. That was my second time there. I've been to Italy. I'm supposed to be going next month. It has been nominated to
You've won awards.
Yes. And they are using this. You know, for us, we don't make research here. Immediately I entered Italy, they made their research. This is a very good wine for seafoods. Here we don't make that research. Immediately you have a good product. You know, business, the way I was telling you, a business person is not that person looking for money.
Just after money.
You want to grow something.
The passion, the ethic.
And you get very many challenges, but you stick to that one.
We're back with the third and last segment. We are here with Prudence, the wine lady. I hope you don't mind that.
I like that.
You are talking wine matters wine, and you are saying that some people also try to get shortcuts and fake this, but you're fighting it. One of the things I have found about wine when I used to take alcohol is that you go to this high-end hotel and you ask for a wine, and they first give you a sample to test.
Yes.
So I would like that you now open one of the wines,
okay,
so that we can test. The question as we open this wine is, what is the standard? Because in some places, you ask for a wine, they give you to test, but they have opened the bottle, and you, even if you don't like it, it's already open. You have to pay. In other places, you test, I think the higher the place, you can test, and if you don't like it, they bring another one. Talk about wine testing. Is it part of the wine culture that you must test, or I just look
Wine
at
testing, by the way, is supposed to be done by we manufacturers, not our customers. Like now, when for us in our factory, we have a day for wine testing. You have to put these bottles, you open them, people come and they do wine testing.
your staff, or you get
No, people from outside.
So you call random people, the LC1 chairman, and what's the qualification
No,
for
you
testing your wine?
You say this is a day for wine testing. You don't need particular people, because now your customers, you don't know who your customers are.
So testing, wine testing, do you do a full glass, half, quarter?
No.
Okay.
That's why I say wine is wine, and you're supposed to hold it like this. No, put it back down. We don't hold the wine glass like that.
How should I?
First put it down. That's why it has this wrong stem. Wine is supposed to be held here like this.
You hold here on the stem.
Yes.
Like this. Not like this. This is for whiskey.
Because now when you hold like this, it changes the temperature of the wine and the taste.
So you should never hold a wine glass like
No,
this.
it should be like this.
You hold the neck.
That's why now, before you drink, you have to get the aroma.
Oh.
Then you taste.
Okay. And why can't you just hold the bottle like this? Does it affect the quality?
And that's why you see there is this.
So you hold like this?
Like this. So that you don't hold here to change the taste, the temperature of the wine.
So this is how you hold a wine bottle?
Yeah, like this.
Like a baby. Okay.
No, a baby needs warmth so you can hold the family. But with the wine bottle, you have to hold it like this. You pour.
What I see happening is after they have poured, you're supposed to take 1 sip or 10 sips, or you gallop the whole thing.
But you are still holding the bottle, the glass.
Okay. Yeah.
Then you what? So, you don't drink like water. You just. It's supposed to
Is
throw.
that how Africans used to drink the wine, or we copied it from the Muzungu?
Well, because it started with Bazungu.
So when you're in public, the way you hold the glass, the way
matters
you taste,
a lot.
somebody can know whether you're a villager or not.
Yes.
Okay. This is hibiscus.
This is hibiscus. Like that, even that this one can even make. You can feel the effect.
I saw something anti what?
The extodant. It cleanses.
Antioxidant.
It is a cleanser. Yes.
And you said this you take before or after eating?
No, you can take it before and after.
And
when you gain more appetite.
What is the recommended amount that you should take? 1 glass, 10 glasses?
You know, when you are relaxing, it depends how long do you take relaxing. How long do you sit at home? Let me say you have come from work. You have been working the whole day. Going back home, you have taken your tea, you have your dinner, or as you are waiting for dinner, you can be sipping wine. Instead of those tough things, now you start fighting your family members.
Because
you start
high.
Talking nonsense.
With wine, you don't fight.
You are there, by the time they bring food, you are eating, it is powering, you go to bed, your partner is looking the other side. In the morning, you go with hangover.
If you don't drink wine, and your partner drinks wine, it's also...
Wine is, it's okay.
It's not like waraji. When somebody takes waraji or smokes.
There is no good person like somebody who has taken a drink that relieves the body, relaxes the body. If, like, for example, if it is a group taking better wine and you see somebody tough talking, that one should be taken to Butabika. Because this when you are taking better, you should be happy, relaxed. When you see somebody is changing the tone after beer, he has a problem.
But now my question, Prudence.
Yes.
If this is such a good wine,
yes,
and has been on the market for 20 years,
23
years,
yes.
so how come we have a lot of imported wine? Is it that we don't
It's
like
the
good things?
mindset. That's a very, very good question. I've been preaching this. I have this opportunity to tell you, Ugandans, let us stop hating each other. Because I don't want to spoil the wines that come from out. But that mindset of saying our things are bad, do that research and find out which are the good products. Government has made it easy to put this. But now you find somebody, you person there, African, who has a supermarket, who has business. You are there putting imported wines and leaving this nice wine which I take to Italy, to South Africa.
The Europeans are appreciating our Ugandan wine,
I'm here,
and for us we are not appreciating.
And I'm here using our fruits. I'm helping farmers. I'm helping on employment. Most of the youth are there on the retiring without jobs. I'm creating jobs. But you are promoting somebody from very far whom you don't see. That mindset should stop, because I have marketed and I'm tired. Because me, if I enter your supermarket and I find the imported ones are from here to there, if better is like you are putting it down there, I see there is a problem with you.
The display is ignored.
I come to your party, I find somebody, Ugandan, you have bought for your guests imported wines and left better out. I know you have a problem.
So we should love
ours and
our
healthy.
Own, and our own is genuine. I have seen some operations by police, customs, UNBS of fake imported wine. There's a lot of counterfeit there.
Let me tell you.
Are there fake imported wines?
Very many. Because they are fake people. That producer who is making wine from South Africa may not know the fake wine of his name coming here.
Oh,
it may not be
so
also.
People are counterfeiting the good premium foreign wine.
Because like now,
and
most
they
of
come to and put the labels and say this is.
Yeah, most of the South African wines, I've visited all of them. But you can find, you taste the wine here. It's good. When I was in South Africa, we had a very big group, VIPs from here, who came to South Africa, who tasted the wine from there, which is and they taste the
version in Uganda.
Is quite different.
So meaning somebody is counterfeiting.
And to see how South Africans were tasting beer and said, wow, is this from Africa? The Italians, when I went to Italy, you see how they are what?
They like your product.
Very much. I started with Italy, I went to Portugal, I went to Spain, I went to France. Even Indians where they don't take wine, it's my wine because it is heresy. It is not like this alcohol. I went to Gujarat. Gujarat, you are not supposed to sell alcohol. But I got a group of you know, when you know you have something genuine. A group of some who tested. I have videos testifying. Yeah, when you take beer, it is not like when you have taken other alcohol. And I tell you people there, why do you take things which change your thinking? We don't. This is organic. It has even been put on social media. Beer has been recognized as an organic wine. I've been talking. But people are beginning to see that it is an organic wine. Organic means there are no chemicals. Why do you have to go for those chemicals? Think about
you mean
your
wine
life.
can be made from chemicals?
Yeah, but until like now, me, I take travel 2 years before I pack. We take 2 years before we pack it. But you
what
go.
What do you mean you take 2 years?
2 years when it is maturing. It matures naturally. We don't put anything. That's why, you know, you can fool Ugandans. But even here, go to Rwanda, every supermarket had beer before the closure of the border. You can fool people here, but you can't fool others. When I went to Malaysia, before we closed, this juice you see here, if
you
people
also make
knew,
juice.
if people knew, everyone would be having this juice in their homes. Because when I took it to Malaysia, they don't wait for my propaganda. They took it to their laboratories. They tested it on themselves, and they saw how great it is. I signed a memorandum of understanding. Yes, please. I signed a memorandum of understanding. I got an award from there, and I was forced to build another factory for juice because they are Muslims.
So this
far
is
away from
juice.
Yes. As we speak now, I'm putting a very big factory in Namave for it.
And what does
because
this
the
do?
market,
what are the health benefits of this?
You can even read on it. Because it cleanses
rich in antioxidants.
Yes. And people have tried to forge. Not any hibiscus.
They have also tried to forge this one.
Very much. But like now, this one I have to go to China to make this able. the packaging. I have to go and make better, right on the. What?
But this fruit, hibiscus,
yes,
how do you preserve it? Do you put preservatives here?
it is sugar and sodium benzoate is allowed. But people benzoate.
Sodium benzoate.
With the sugar, it can preserve it for a full year.
This can be preserved.
But people make hibiscus juice. They put in a lot of chemicals, so they can. They don't know the procedure of it.
So the danger with you going to get a beverage like this from any, because I see a lot of beverages on the market.
And if, by the way, it also has the security, the UN this. Like the way we have this.
The sticker.
Yes.
Yes, but let me look at the ingredients. Because the benzoate you're talking about, where is the part for ingredients?
It is written here. Those are not
On the black
clear.
side.
Yes.
Oh, it's dark. I can't see properly. Because a lot of counterfeit products, they put the wrong. They tell you that I put 0.1 sodium when they are put 20%. Or they are
But
put
that's why I
less.
say now when you do your business, you have to do it with God. God will not allow you that. And this one has been taken to our Uganda Drug Authority. I got a certificate. I'm supposed to be taking it to pharmacies. I'm working on the packaging.
But you are saying that when you are doing business with God, then you cannot sell a fake thing. So you are saying we should turn to God to fight counterfeits.
He's the one who knows. When I'm in my factory and when I brand this better passion, are you there in my factory to see that I have made it from passion? When I say I don't put any chemical, which proof do you have? But God knows.
But you see, counterfeits, fakes are also in the churches and the mosques. You have
We
fake
are-
pastors, you have fake this. So the God where we have to run to also in the churches, we have him.
Where did the devil come from? I thought he was with God there. He divided, he rebelled and came to us. So he's very clever, very powerful. But again, for him is powerful, and he will when things turn bad for you, he will not defend you.
Because you see, you're doing a good job, you are legit, and I really applaud you for your perseverance.
Yes.
That as a woman, as a mother, you have really fought in a very unfavorable environment to have a genuine product. What I have seen is that many people start off genuine, and when the competition hits them, they abandon.
I have a colleague.
What has made you persist?
Number one, love of what I'm doing, the passion. I compare business with the life. You bring up a child you carry in your womb for 9 months. It's not like that child you have adopted.
These are your children. So you take care.
You take care. You don't want anything to happen to it. You can do anything for your child, not because you want to get money out of it. You want your child to have the best. Do you know, we are the first one in East Africa to have this packaging.
That's a cask.
A cask. But now who is giving you that money? But I feel very proud to compete with Italy.
I see a lot of imported casks of imported wine.
Yes.
This again,
But in East Africa, we are the first ones.
you are the only ones doing a cask.
Yes. And it's expensive. To get that money back, you need like maybe over 10 years.
I lost the point of the age of the wine. So you mean you squeeze the hibiscus and the fruits and you keep it for 2 years?
Yeah.
Before you bottle?
Before you bottle, because
2 years?
2 years. We don't use any chemical to kill the yeast. This wine is, you see,
2
people.
years. Even
2
now, if I come to
years.
your factory,
Come to my factory, you'll find.
I'll find wine sleeping there waiting for 2 years.
You will find even some wines. There are those which don't move very fast. You find wines which were made 2009, 2013. Why should I leave that one of 2016?
So if somebody makes wine today and gives it to you today, that's a fake.
It's a fake. He has put something. You know, we have this chemical. We have this. Everyone uses yeast, but that yeast has to grow to get off.
Oh, the yeast has to grow.
Like now, people should not, even if you are diabetic, we use the sugar to make the wine. But as it matures, the wine the sugar is getting off to zero, and the alcohol is growing. But this alcohol which is going without any other chemical added there, it remains organic. So like now, even this sip you have taken, if it was this other wines, you would be feeling it.
I want to try and finish it to confirm to the audience that I'm enjoying this.
Even you can work with this bottle, you will remain, and you become sharper even.
And make more money, I believe.
Of course, when you are sharp, you make more money. Because they use, imagine when we started, my children, I have one son whom I started with, we are still together up to now. He packs me, I go to the market. And when we started employing, now these ones, you have to make sure, now when we started employing others, he's there for him, he took accounting, he's in finance. So now these people you have brought, you have to make sure you guide them. Then before I give them what to pack, I test this, I say, no, pack this one. Then I drive to the market. By the time I have tested how many containers, and before I decide, say you pack this, and I drive myself.
As a mother, as an entrepreneur, we have a crisis with the youth. And I am sure many people must be wondering, you're working with your children, many people have children, they have taken to school, they have done this, but the children are really not interested. Can you comment on counterfeiting in the space of parenting?
I think for us, maybe, should I say, we might have taken it that we were brought up in an environment of poverty, but I think that environment was good for us. Our parents had time for us. They were guiding us in everything we do. They really made us work. Getting used to working continuously helped us, because I don't remember sitting down. Even if I'm eating food either writing, making calls, doing something, which my children see, and they are doing it. But when you see parenting today, sincerely, they don't have time for their children. And they give their children a very soft
life.
Have you ever entered? Okay, like now maybe you started with someone, then they are giving you a lift. That kid is sitting, there's no respect that this is the officer can sit in front there. And my boy can't, he has to be here. They have, I saw the other parent, he had the phone failed. Daddy, my phone is broken. No, don't worry, I'm going to give you an iPhone. I've just got an iPhone when I went to Vietnam.
That's when you first got an iPhone?
An iPhone, because my cover was very old, the screen cover was old. Every shop I go to, iPhone. Then the society, the society I was with, this high class from State House where, say better no, wait. Now this phone of yours, iPhone can take good photos. That's when I sacrificed to buy an iPhone.
So you're saying we are spoiling.
And we don't know, we think we are loving, but that's not love. That child, tomorrow you are not there. What is going to happen? I was a civil servant for 30 years. There is no way you can be getting government money and you afford an iPhone for yourself and for your kid. Where does that money come from?
So according to you, what is promoting counterfeits on the market?
People want to get rich. Life is a journey. Why should I rush to have an iPhone? Why can't I go step by step?
And then you will also get a fake one.
Because even now this one who are trying to make it, even there's counterfeit in everywhere. This iPhone is so many counterfeits. But now, why does counterfeit become very common? Because people are looking for money.
Looking for money. Also,
in
some young people also want to appear stylish.
Don't impress the world.
Bella, I'm told time is up, but there is a trending issue that you must comment on. I spoke to a doctor who said this DNA testing hulabalu is just fake news. But recently in the news, I saw some Pakistani Israeli man killed his Ugandan wife because the DNA results showed that the kids were not his. What's your comment as an elder on this DNA thing? Fortunately,
for us Vachiga, we have children from our husbands. I find it very hard for a woman to be married, then you go for another what? Because if you remember the history of Vachiga, they used to throw, if you become pregnant when you are young, a girl before you got married, they were throwing you the falls. So that culture of sleeping with other men to produce children.
So Bachiga don't do DNA testing.
You know what I mean? I can't really advise much about it, but it seems here is very common. You marry someone, but you are producing with this one and this one. But if it is very common, you know it, why should you go for DNA? You know it. You know that living a fake life. Isn't it a fake life?
I forgot to ask you, what is the price of this? Some people might think it's very expensive. And
As we speak,
and the cask.
sugar has gone up, fruits have gone up. So let me take this opportunity. We are going to sell, to be giving it wholesale at 25. Then we have this juice. This one we have been selling at 3.5, but now I think in the open date should be 5,000.
And the hibiscus.
And the hibiscus tea. This the price should be 50. You see this, to avoid the counterfeit. I had also go abroad and make this box, so that because the not every hibiscus is hibiscus, but it's still on promotion at 20,000, and we are going to be on promotion for the whole of this year. We start going up next year.
Okay, can you please hold your glass? I see people usually toasting. Why do they toast?
For a celebration like now, we can even toast.
There is a certain politician who broke the glass when I will not mention his name.
It is not our culture, but we are supposed to cheers.
How do you toast, by the way?
You just
like this?
No, like this.
Like this.
Then straight.
Straight.
You don't toast and put it down.
Okay. You first take.
Because it is a celebration.
Okay. Let's toast again.
This,
way of toasting.
then. Today I had an opportunity
of getting drunk already, but
not drunk. You are getting happy. Your veins, your muscles are being relaxed.
That has been a conversation with Prudence. Prudence, I must say it has been very, not only the wine and the hibiscus that you've introduced to us, but has been very informative, very educative. I hope that you have enjoyed yourself as much as we have here, and that you have learned something. The warning here is we have genuine Ugandan wines. Bella wine is the wine we're talking about now. And look out for the telltale signs. There's a digital stamp here on the wine. I'm sure you can go on their website and support Ugandan, build Ugandan. If you're new here, this is the only show on the planet where we talk 100% about counterfeits. If you like what we are doing, please do subscribe to our channel. We appreciate your support. Please do share this video so that we send the message against counterfeits across this beautiful country and continent. We need to sign off. Don't be fake. Buy and sell genuine.